I've done a list of my wife's valuable work in the home before. I want to provide an updated list, since with time she both learns new skills and simply takes on new tasks. The work of a homemaker, aka a housewife, is a full-time job that definitely cannot be balanced with a career. It is more than a career in itself, and its value is higher than any salary. I plan to have my wife work in the home since before we were married, and despite the lack of a second salary, I have never regretted it once. I allowed her to work part-time before our first child was born, but in the middle of the pregnancy, I had her quit to come fully to home life. The work of the home is the biblical calling and the natural calling of the wife, and it is what every wife should be doing, whether Christian or unbeliever. It is plainly taught in the New Testament scripture, and it is not possible for the Christian to ignore its importance. I hope this expanded list of my wife's homemaking tasks helps you see both its worth and its obvious full-time nature. I could never stop singing the praises of my wife and all the labor that she does. 1. She cleans the home. This is not a top priority for me, and it does not need to be perfect. She just cleans up any messes and keeps things in order. 2. She cooks regular, delicious meals, including breads and desserts. Over time, she has learned to make a variety of international meals, thanks in part to my international tastes, and both I and the children enjoy them very much. 3. She cares for our children. We have had 5, but lost 1 as a baby. Caring for them includes feeding and changing the babies, taking children to the doctor, doing time-consuming homeschool lessons, taking them to the park and on field trips, and more. 4. She bears and gives birth to the children that the Lord our God gives us, and every birth has come by C-section, accompanied by extra risk and longer recovery. That has been 5 of them, with the final one a very high-risk pregnancy. 5. She shops for food and other household needs. As a part of that, she picks up items that add decor and make the house feel more like a home. 6. She does a large part of the work maintaining the garden once I have prepared it and put up fences. That includes picking fruit, tying up the plants, and watering them. 7. She cans and dries food from the garden, makes jams from berries and fruit as well. We have enough preserves of different kinds that we can give some away. 8. She does most hands-on work for large purchases, such as home and car. She has saved us much money so far on 1 vehicle and 2 housing purchases. 9. She handles much of the finances, including making deposits for our personal accounts and my business account. 10. She does most hands-on work in having repairmen over, the phone calls and the visits to give estimates, and then to do the work. I am not always around to do that since I am working. 11. She does most hands-on work for any litigation that might occur. 12. She does various kinds of research, be it for a trip we'd like to take or something we need. When I regularly did travel writing, she helped me immensely with research for many articles because of her Chinese language skills. She continues to do occasional translation in Chinese for me as needed for my personal ministry. 13. She did volunteer translating for a ministry for several years with a bit of my help on the finishing touches. 14. When I did regular pro-life ministry, she occasionally joined me for it. 15. She learns to make stuff. This is still a work in progress with a sewing machine, and also fix clothing with it. 16. She is an interpreter for me when I do Bible reading, witnessing, and apologetics for her parents or for Chinese-speaking friends. 17. She spends time with the scriptures, reading and prayers, with some of my guidance, of course, and witnesses to personal friends and family members, also with my guidance. 18. She helps out mothers and families from our local church when they need help and also cooks for church gatherings. 19. She teaches the girls many of the homemaking tasks and lets them help out with the younger children. 20. She occasionally looks after the children of friends, neighbors, or church members if they need to leave their children with us for a while. 21. She keeps her husband fantastically happy in the ways only a woman can. Those are 21 things I can think of which my wife does as part of being a homemaker. It's probably not everything, but it amounts to the larger part of her days and her weeks. I am greatly blessed through her work. Any homemaker will be doing similar work, even if the details of the projects change a little, and even if the help she offers her husband is different. These are all universal tasks of the wife and mother. It would be a crime to diminish its importance, an importance that spreads to raising future generations, preparing food for a household, and providing a good Christian witness in the home. The woman has been celebrated throughout the ages for a reason. She has been portrayed in lovely poems and songs. Yet it should be quite obvious that the words of romantic songs throughout the ages, words like, "I couldn't live without you," or "You are my light and my life," are not just empty feelings and words strung together to be sentimental. Words like that, words of love songs, are rooted in facts and not feelings. As men, we love facts and to analyze facts, and we are not as moved by our feelings. Yet all of those romantic things that you hear in poetry and song are far from artificial emotional puff. They are grounded in the objectively great value that a wife has, and all of the things which she adds to you, both now and into the future. They are just stating, with rhyme and meter and symbolic speech, the real world things which she does. True, many people have misused romantic language because of out-of-control passions or the desire to artificially attract a woman. However, the many florid expressions of romance are not just raging emotions, and they're not just there to seduce. They are describing objective reality. They are expressing a real-world value. To wax poetic about the woman should be natural, and should immediately spring from the lips, once we experience the goodness which she brings to life. She brings goodness, newness, life, beauty, healing, and comfort. She does so with enormous hard work, and in childbearing with personal risk. I hope that this list of work my own wife does will help you see that. I hope it also helps you to see its importance in the home, and that your own home should be ordered that way too. It's not my opinion, it's the word of the living God. The young women are to marry, bear children, and keep the home, according to the apostle. In the words of the Proverbs, her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is passing, but a woman who fears Yahweh, she shall be praised. This is her great value, brethren, and it would be wrong not to praise it highly. Truly, I couldn't live without her.